So, hi everyone, welcome if you're new. My name's Claire. We're just going to get straight into this. Healing is weave through everything I do. So, if you found yourself here serendipitously, I'm sure you're meant to be here. Again, that would be another good intro for me to use a change. If you're new, I used to do more of an intro, but I can't be bored. I'm just being guided not to. So, right, so, well, I suppose the most important thing for you to know is a channel for twin flames, about twin flames. I'm a twin flame healer, funnily enough. This is a twin flame channel, and I'm a divine flame. Oh, am I a divine flame? I am a divine channel, so a twin flame channel in both senses of the word. Right, I wasn't actually planning on using these cards straight away, but that's where my hands went to, and as I am a medium and a shaman, whatever, I don't know what word, what everything I am that would be that, but it's, I believe it's called like spontaneous movement or something like that. I don't think it is called that. I forgot what it's called again, but yeah, basically everything that I do is part of the channel, and that includes when my hands just go to pick something up. That's where we're meant to go. So the quote today, it's Sagittarius moon today. I am Sagittarius moon. I must say, I've not got bags of energy at all, but maybe because I had quite a lot of energy yesterday on Valentine's Day, and that's why I channeled I've actually channeled the next 2 weeks' messages, so that's quite, that's quite exciting, because it's like I've got a wee insight into what's coming up for the collective. Oh, and that card just shot out. Oh, and that actually really pretty much feels like what I was picking up on. The path of least resistance. Choose ease and grace. And I just love this, right? Because I was like asking them, I was like, right, I do feel a bit low energy, but my friend's coming in about 2 hours. No, wait a minute. No, an hour and a half. But she might end up coming earlier. And I've also got my Hello Fresh delivery is arriving in 16 stops. So there might be something about the 16th actually, because it's the 16th tomorrow. 16th the tower. So the tower is about, big dramatic changes, not always bad, but they can be. We're not wanting to, fluff over the tower isn't always bad. Well, yeah, come on, let's get real. It sometimes can be. But even if it initially appears to be a bad thing, it always works out that, right, this was meant to happen for all this to happen. So with me channeling it like that, because I don't always channel the energy of the tower like that, must be going to be relevant to someone. And like I've shared that before, on the 16th, it's crazy, but it's not like every 16th, but pretty much something always happens, like a big change or something a bit shit to me, or I hear about it with something. It's so weird. But it's the language that it talks about. Anyway, let's not manifest that. But basically, I do feel this is about choosing the path of least resistance, and I'm laughing at synchronicity because that's kind of where I was at. Like, I just got out of the bath, I'm feeling really chilled, and I'm like, right, I either just don't do a check-in for today, which is absolutely fine because I go with the flow, or I do it. And I feel like, again, this is one of these days where I'm being used to use how I'm feeling and just sort of do whatever comes out. So I'm just sort of being as honest as I can, free, Ascended Masters, that I do feel lower energy. That there is reasons for that, and I absolutely can see it in my chart. And again, I don't go into detail about that all the time because it's really not wise to. But so we just be a little extra kinder to ourselves. But can I just say collectively, actually, we've got the Sun Saturn conjunction, which is a big deal because it gives that sort of, in Aquarius, it gives that sort of serious element to it. Something feels really serious, and what's kind of coming to me is quite a few things actually. What's coming to me is the Nicola Sturgeon in Scotland, the First Minister. It was a shock sort of resignation, like she resigned today. To be honest, I'm not shocked at all, right? Yeah, she's done a fucking terrible job in my opinion, and I'm allowed to have it. So anyway, but I've got family members that would probably disown me for saying that, but hey, that's how I feel. But it's all just a puppet show. It's all just a puppet show. I just looked at 441. So if you want to engage in paying attention to the drama, then go ahead. But it's all just a show. Anyway, moving on from that is interesting with the astrology, that it was like Aquarius is shock surprises, and a lot of people will be shocked. And like I say, there's, regardless of my opinion, many people will be upset about that and worried and all that kind of shit. But again, it's part of the old earth falling away, and her things she was fighting for were really fucking questionable again. But anyway, right. What else was I going to say? That's because I've got Sagittarius moon conjunct Uranus, the planet that rules Aquarius, and they're just going in, but it's true. Oh, what was that? Yeah, another thing, right? See, when I was watching, now I'm just going to channel this because I bet it'll come out in the cards. It always does. I don't know how it'll come out in the cards, but they always do it. When I was watching Love Island last night, I thought, what a fucking miserable episode to put out there on Valentine's Day. But again, do you know what I mean? Most people, if you had a Valentine, you're not going to be fucking watching Love Island. Do you know what I mean? You're going to be catching the replay because you would have better things to do. But whatever, it's kind of like, not always, because not everyone are in happy relationships where they want to be with each other. Let's get real. But again, my Sagittarius moon has just been blunt as fuck more than usual. But it's also the kind of thing where, yeah, it was just like, I was like, wow, yeah, this is why I've been, along with many reasons, this is why I've been single 2 decades now. I can say that now. This year I can actually say I've been single for 20 years. And I'm proud of it, actually. I'm fucking proud of it. And again, it's funny because with knowing my astrology, I know the part of my chart that's speaking there. But yeah, like, with what I was watching last night, I was like, no fucking wonder, man. Like, these younger guys as well are just being brought up to be so disrespectful. But anyway, so that's Saturn talking because that's serious. But why I'm saying that is because it was like, you've got people saying I love you after a week. Again, fucking ridiculous. Whenever anybody has told me anything remotely like that in the past, in the years, and I don't mean somebody saying that. Well, actually, I do mean that too. I wasn't meaning when people have said that to me after a week, but I have actually, never mind a week, I've had people like being like that with me after meeting me once, and you're like, red flag, you know what I mean? But, and it's funny because nobody can ever get to me. Like, that's not just been a twin flame thing, that's been long before I even realised I was a twin flame. It was like, yeah, quite hard to get to my energy. But basically what I'm saying is yeah, there was a couple in there that really lovely together. Like I say, this will all be relevant to someone, and they've went in the thing where they mix it up and they go to the different Casa Moor place to see basically if they're going to cheat on who they're with. The one that was saying I love you, or Felly's like mega, like, she's really like cracking on to the new guy, and it's just kind of like, do you know what I mean? It's so I suppose actually I'm sticking up for the guys there, that it's not always like the guys doing wrong to women, and obviously it can go for same sex couples too. It's some women out there as well are just brought up with absolutely no, I don't know, morals and values and self-respect, and I feel that is going to have something to do with this as well. I don't know how, but yeah, when I was watching it, I was just like, fucking hell, man, like, that's embarrassing. And yeah, literally all of them, pretty much all of them. Oh, that's what it was. I thought, why, I could tell I was going to channel about this whenever I next done a video, but it was like, what angers. So again, yeah, I'm like, I don't know if I should even be watching this because it just annoys me, but it's like, even if I can just use the reason, it gives me stuff to talk about here, but it's like, let's see what that says. Yeah, it's that guy that's making himself out to be all fucking sweet and innocent and everybody's pal. And he's like egging them on to be like, oh, you've not pushed the boat out enough, you've just been, devoted to her, or you've been. And I just think it was like I could feel my guide sort of saying that to me. That is what happens with groups of guys. Groups of women too, but I'd say, and it's like, but because you're actually seeing it, you're like, wow, that is actually what guys' friends do. Not all guys, again, there are good people out there, but it's like, it's just, I can feel whenever that has been going on, like I say, when I've had friends of mine, or when I can feel when it's been at 3, it's like I can just sort of pinpoint the times in life when it's like, if you're getting closer to someone, and it would be like friends in their ear being like, you know what I mean, you're hooking up with them quite a lot. Like, that's a bit weird. Like, you know, if you're not actually going out with them, like, you know, I think you need to kind of stop seeing them as much. But, you know, so again, this could come from friends. This could come from actually anyone. All my desires are supported by unwavering faith, excited expectancy, and it's really weird. It's got dot dot dot. I think it means, well, you get to decide. Who is that? Oh, that's fine. That's my friend saying it'll be after 6, so that's fine. I'm not going to be here doing that long. But yeah, anyway, the point is, blah, 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 is what I thought was a shame is, again, that is another example. Now, I know all these people in this are young, but unfortunately, a lot of them might just stay in that same asleep. And bear in mind, on that show, everyone is literally asleep or they wouldn't fucking be on it. Do you know what I mean? Like, anyway. But it's kind of like, it's that energy of like, what a shame to really not know your own mind that much, that you could actually be genuinely in, like, so, you know, you could be genuinely, I don't know about in love, but yeah, some of them might be in love or falling in love. I say the potential of falling in love, but who am I, you know, if somebody feels that they're in love, and then it's like, all it takes is one person to give their opinion when they're obviously, it's a game, you know, like they're trying to win the money. It's like all it takes is one person to plant the seed of doubt, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you're right. I'll just snog that person that I've just met. That yeah, they're good looking, but I've not got a connection with them because I don't fucking know them." It's sad, isn't it? So I'm just sorry saying that is, protect your mind. 11:44 Twin Flames. Protect your mind, because yeah, it's scary. It's scary when that's the generation that are out there, and that's what's been done all along. Like, basically, this is so weird. This is so funny. It's so Saturn. Basically, if you're not disciplined with your mind, and you're just allowing the brainwashing that goes on everywhere, from people around you, from advertisements, from, you know, normalizing things that aren't normal, like having sex on TV. I don't like the word normal, but you know what I mean. I don't know how else to say that. Messages, exciting messages could be coming in for you there, because that's actually another friend. And believe me, my phone is not that, you know, my phone is not normally that popular since I got rid of my WhatsApp. It feels like a lifetime ago. Best decision I ever fucking made, by the way. I've never been happier. I felt everybody's energy. And also, because I was still connected with people in there, I didn't even fucking speak to, I hadn't spoke to in years, or people that I just quite frankly don't trust, because I know that they've not got my best interests. Yeah, never felt happier. So again, somebody else needs to hear that. Know that when you're on things like WhatsApp and stuff, you know, I would at the very least, be deleting, disconnecting from the chats that are sitting there. I'm going to have to silence that, because that particular friend, well, she'll just keep sending them and sending them. So again, there's going to be something to do. I normally do silence that, so there's going to be something here about, well, I just, maybe perhaps somebody feels silenced in your life. I don't know if maybe there perhaps has been a blocking going on there, either to you, or maybe you've done that to someone. That's coming to me. Or someone just feels silenced, like they silence themselves. That's more what I'm feeling. But because these messages are rapid coming in, and she's still going, I can see her typing, it's like, I feel there might be all of a sudden all of this communication coming in. So, but yeah, again, and I think it's got something to do with whatever I've said. Again, I'll need to watch that back to see how much it ties together, but I know it will, because it always does. But it's like, because it's not me, again, just point out, I'm just being a divine channel to put all this through. Again, clear means clear, being a clear channel to let it through. It's not even everyone's cup of tea, because people will be like, why are you talking about Love Island? But if you get it, it does all tie together for whoever needs to hear it. But it's the path of least resistance. Choose ease and grace. So there's something about, choose what feels easy, choose what feels fun, choose what feels like what you want to do today. And again, that's where they're giving an example of, I've just really taken it easy today because I have felt very tired. You know, and it's probably because I did put out I used a lot of energy to channel the messages and although it's only shorts, it actually does take me quite a long time to film them all, then upload them all and stuff like that. Along with all the other stuff I have in my day. And it's kind of like, yeah, choose the path of least resistance, whatever that means to you. Right, so what are we going to do? I want to use this deck again, because, right, have we finished what I was saying about Love Island? yeah, it was just about noticing where you're very easily influenced. And again, it is just always tying back to what I say about counselling. Like, once you've had decent counselling and you're aware of your boundaries, you just won't do that. You know what I mean? Or you won't do it as much. You'll think before you actually make decisions based on what other people think is better for your life. And that did come up in the shorts as well. But don't shame yourself for it. You know, forgive yourself for where you can absolutely recognise that you've done that in the past. Because God knows it will have happened to me at some points in my life. Do you know what I mean? But it's kind of like when I embarked upon counselling, it happened a lot less. And then now, I mean, you know, never say never, but it's I really protect my boundaries quite fiercely, actually. And I think and obviously that's what I teach. I'm going to do a course on it eventually. Again, I have taught it in my courses, but I mean, I feel I'm just going to do a course solely around, you know, focused on the boundaries, because that's basically doing therapy with me. But if I can, you know, think of a way to do that, I will, because it's people have, you know, said it, because there's lots of people that do prefer learning in groups, although I'm laughing because somebody I spoke to recently was like, you know, I want to do that, but I don't like learning in groups. So everyone's a bit different. But yeah, there's just something there about, so, that, I know why they're getting me to talk about that. Saturn and Aquarius is groups, right? So groups of and it's friendship. So friendship is great, but when friendship groups are influencing you that heavily that it changes the course of your life and potentially away from divine counterparts, because obviously we're not just talking about Love Island here, they're making me talk about it because that happens in people's real lives. If you are the slightest bit awake, it's good to be aware of that. Where have you allowed your friends, in inverted commas? But some people do it from a good place. It's basically some people don't. So it's just good to be aware of where are you allowing people to influence your decisions too much. Right, okay. So I was going to do a pick or pile. But I can't be arsed doing that, so I'll just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? What have we got as the overall theme for the Divine Feminine Collective? Because the last time I used these, I was crazy. That's probably why it's a bit too intense today every day. Oh yeah, the other thing is, so it's Saturn Sun conjunction, again, can have this kind of serious shocks to it, as I suppose the way I would put it. And it could be around friendship groups. Not necessarily, though, it could be things to do with the internet. Again, you know, even me using the example of the Nicola surgery there, that, you know, I saw it because it was like I saw a clip from the news channel on YouTube, so something broke on the internet, so even that. But yeah, I bet there could be some serious rebelling going on as well too with Aquarius energy, Saturn, because it's Saturn's restriction and Aquarius is detachment, but it's also like freedom, so it depends what way that goes. What else? Pluto in the obviously Pluto hanging on there in the last degree Capricorn. That's, but never mind the conjunction, that is the serious shit you're feeling. If you're feeling like there's just like something you haven't done, that's my fucking life. I had to, that, no wonder I was in therapy for that long. That's what I had that feeling my whole life, and then to some extent it's always there. I've just learned to quiet it. This feeling of there's something really important that I haven't done. Like, do you know what I mean? So that's the way they're getting me to say it. But again, it's because I've got Saturn and Scorpio next to my Mars. So that kind of makes sense why I was feeling, because Scorpio's like brutal, it's like life or death, and I'm like, whoa, it's like if it doesn't get done, it's just the end of the world, but it's not. So somebody needs to hear it. If you didn't do something you felt you needed to do, it's not the end of the world. If it was sending somebody a Valentine, that kind of feels like that might be. Oh shit, yeah, because the other thing that happened was when I was shuffling those twin flame cards, a card fell in the candle, and I thought, shit, is that meaning I'm not meant to do this? And then they were like, no, it was just so that you can channel it. And it didn't go fire, I caught it. So it's like, basically, yeah, that could be symbolic of, well, so you're feeling like something's going to be, oh shit, like, you know, something bad's going to happen, but you can prevent it. What I would say though is I'm extremely clairvoyant, and I didn't catch it before it did fall in the candle, but somehow didn't burn. And the card said, I'm afraid of rejection, if I remember rightly. So, yes, and then that makes sense. Somebody's afraid of getting burnt. So I feel this is channeling the masculines out there that'll be afraid of coming forward in case they're told to, go careful. In case they're, reject, in case they're told to fuck off. Which hopefully, by the channeling that I do every day, people realise that's not going to happen. But again, like I always say, people do need to hear it. They're in that place. Oh my God, look what just jumped out there. I just want you all the time. Well, that's pretty sexy. I just want you all the time. Interesting. Oh God, and it's Divine Feminine Collective. Okay, yep, agreed. Remember, this is the overall message. What is the card for Divine Masculine? What is the overall? And it does feel like a conversation when I do this, doesn't it? So let's see. Oh my God, and if you think about what I was saying, I just realised that. I was just saying, hopefully that it gets across through what I channel and what, that's not the case. And then, yeah, that made sense. Divine Masculine. Gossip only hurts more. Oh, that's juicy, isn't it? I'm afraid of losing you. Right, I feel putting that together, there's gossip around the Divine Masculines. Yep. And then think about that would make sense why I was gossiping. Well, you know what I mean? It could be like talking about, I need more time. I'll put that in the middle. Talking about Love Island. Oh God, look at that. I just felt good. There is someone else. Why did I get drawn to look at the bottom? Yeah, see what I mean? I nearly never looked, and then they made me look at the bottom, which is the hidden stuff at the bottom of the deck. There's someone else. There's gossip going on around Divine Masculine. Again, it's not for everyone, but I am picking up on this for someone. There's gossip around Divine Masculine's lives. And whatever is going on, they're afraid of losing their Divine Feminine. The Divine Counterpart, that card's just sitting there from the other day. Divine Feminine's wanting the Divine Masculine all the time. That doesn't change. Infinity. I feel this is the Divine Masculine. This is the in-between, the middle energy, but it's like Divine Masculines need more time. Again, for some, this is going to be third parties, like that someone's still in a relationship with someone else, or they've got, what was I going to say there? Like all these open messages, like because that's funny because I'm looking at my phone. It's like lots of different people on the go, and needing to close down the windows, close down the what I mean, and then think about what that's so funny what I said about WhatsApp. But for some, it's there's someone else might actually be like a family member interfering, a friend interfering, because that's what I was saying again. And again, friends can interfere for all different reasons. It can be because they don't have what they see you having the potential of having, or it can be because they want your person. In some circumstances, I've seen that as well. So just take whatever bit resonates, right? Let's use a different. We'll go back to that deck because that's definitely my favourite right now. Will we use that one? I think we will. Oh no. I miss kissing you still sitting there as well. I'll put that back there. I'm going really slow, but it's because I'm right. I don't know what this. I wouldn't. Okay, right. They're telling me to use this for the. Oh yeah, that would be helpful. See, because I'm tired, I'm like, I'll use a bit of paper. Right. So. Tell us this subconscious block for the Divine Feminine with these cards. playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together and remember that love is the greatest healer. I feel that is like, because that's overall, I just want you all the time. It's like the block is like, I just want to have fun with you. Like, I just want to make you laugh. I want to play. I want to be that in your life. That's what I feel the block is. And it's like frustration that just can't happen right now for whatever reason, for whoever this is for quite a lot of us. And I'm going to use the same cards for the Divine Masculine, and then I'll use the Silence. What is the block for the Divine Masculine? Oh, not very much for this one. Manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Well, that's quite good, because I asked about the block, and that feels like somebody's been... So I'd say this masculine energy has been working on their blocks. Like, so wherever they felt like... And I feel they would have been in... I'm wondering if the energies have swapped, actually, a little bit here. It's like... That's what I'm kind of... And I can't even get my words out, because, again, I'm quite tired, and I feel, again, they're getting me to use this energy that this is how you're feeling, or this is how your person's feeling, and I feel this is how you're both feeling. But it's like, you know, it's like, don't give up right for the miracle, basically. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. And again, because of that last degree of Capricorn, it's like Capricorn is commitment. And the last degree is, it's chaotic. You know, they call it that for a reason. It's a bit crazy, the last degree of anything. And you know, you're at the end of something, you're at the end of a lesson, a karmic lesson, and it really does feel like somebody's been working on whatever they felt, whatever reason they felt they couldn't do this. I think someone's been working on that. Yeah, look, and then sacred unions on the bottom. Honour and treasure your relationship, for it's truly sacred. I'm going to put that there. Oh, because there's a new beginning coming. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. So yeah, whether it was people interfering, which is what I'm feeling, there always is, if you allow them to. Like I say, it might sound like I don't even allow people to interfere, but believe me, that wasn't always the case. You cringe when you can actually realise where people were doing that. Like, you know, you do cringe, but we live and we learn, so that's why you don't beat yourself up about it. Divine Masculines or Divine Feminines. Oh, and Divine Masculine wants to say, yeah, look, I was sorry, I was just stuck in repetitive cycles. I can see that now. That was really cool the way that came out. Oh my god. And they're doing that. That's really strong. I can feel, that's hilarious. I've got a text saying, Dear Linda. I think that's a hoax, because my name is not Linda. But somebody might be called Linda out there. That's so funny. That's really funny. Or perhaps it's somebody's, like, you know, somebody in your life, you know, somebody, I don't know, like a family member, so that's weird. But it's literally, I can see a text saying, it's saying it's from the Scottish government, so I think that's a hoax. So if you're in Scotland, look out for them. I can tell. Yeah, what else does this Divine Masculine want to say? They were stuck in repetitive cycles that I feel they've done something about. Hey, I was talking about therapy, but perhaps somebody's actually sought therapy for this, or they're thinking about doing it, or they've just been really sort of researching stuff online, you know, like reprogramming the subconscious. I know a lot of you do that out there, a lot of people I work with, because, you know, whether you've done that yourself or because I basically tell people all the time, do it. It's what I've done, it's what I still do, we all need to do it, it's what I help people do in my sessions. I'm faced with constant reminders of you. Yeah. And then, so that kind of goes with, I just want you all the time. So again, it's like, I feel it is someone accepting, like, you're not going to go away. Your twin's not going to go away. I had rose-coloured glasses on about the other people in my life. I do feel that was about romantic things. Right, so let's see what... Oh yeah, let's get these ones. It's like a kid in a sweet shop here, isn't it? Again, that'll have something to do with it. Oh God, think about what I just... Think about what I just said, yeah. So you or your masculine might have been like a bit of a kid in a sweet... Maybe both of you were, but, you know, you might have been a bit of like of a kid in a sweet shop. Because I was saying, meaning about the cards, but that could make sense. What do these say? I was pretending to be someone else. I think that was, yeah. And our story isn't over yet. They were just sitting there, but that fitted in. Look, I hide behind material things. These are, right, we'll put them over there, but they do all feel relevant. Right, so, oh my god. Consciously, what does the feminine, now this, again, there's always that slight wonder, is this going to work out? Because they're kind of designed to be from a divine masculine to a divine feminine. Which, oh fuck, every time I do this I forget. But to be fair, I was going to write my own cards out the other night and I just can't find them. But I will find them and I will do it. So again, it's about that determination to do something. With me, I just keep forgetting. But see, I'll do it in divine time. But anyway, for now, we're going to see. Usually works out. And I can usually sort of tweak it if it doesn't make sense to what it actually says. So don't worry, I'm chill. We just don't stress about anything. Right, so... Oh god, but I have just remembered the HelloFresh guy. I'll probably, let's see how far away he is. This is probably going to have something to do with. So funny. Let's see what the number is. Oh yeah, so he's 7 stops away. So I think that is indicative. Oh, that's a word I don't usually use, but they just dropped it into my consciousness. I think that means someone is a week away from some sort of contact, from manifesting a miracle in your life. Again, these are the Lover's Oracle, so it does feel to do with love. 7 days, 7 hours, 7 minutes, 7 months, something to do with 7, or maybe it's on the 7th, something, because yeah, you've led me to look at that for a reason. Right, what is the feminine desiring to say, or what's something you want to tell us about someone today? It's not everyone. There's 2 cards have come out. I see you in the face of strangers, you're always with me. Yeah, I suppose that could make sense for some feminines. I feel like I abandoned you and myself when we broke up. I want to reconcile again, so that could be the case that whenever it is a feminine moved away or shut someone out of their life, they may reflect on, I wonder if that person felt abandoned by me. And then you could flip into, well, how the fuck did I abandon them when they went off for someone else? But it's like, I can feel how this could fit. So it could make sense for some people, right? So what is the... And again, you know, it says broke up. You might be like, well, we weren't even a couple, so just tweak it to whatever makes sense. But definitely, I see in the face of strangers, you're always with me. It's like basically like the overall card. I just want to be with you all the time. It's like nobody will do. It fucking certainly is how I feel. You can hear it in my voice. It's like, it's all, oh my god, it always gets to divine masculine when it gets to 33 minutes. This is just becoming a fucking standing joke. But anyway, it's all meant to be, right, okay, so that means something too, right. All means something, right. What's divine masculine consciously wanting to say back to the feminine? When times got tough, I gave up on you too soon. Yeah, that's in line with the shorts that I've done this week that'll get published slowly over the next couple of weeks, so I can't remember where they were, but there was a lot of the same card kept coming out of this deck that was like, basically, I'm aware I sabotaged this, or I'm so tired of sabotaging this connection. Oh, actually, I think that was maybe the one for today or tomorrow. But yeah, so it's just this, look, and that is consciously accepting when times got tough, I gave up on you and us, whatever it was. So if it was a relationship, they gave up the relationship. If it was just spending time together, they got freaked out, ran off, got into things with other people, or you did. Our love was, oh my. Listen, I'm not being funny. In my astrology, it literally says that this person would, I can't remember what it was, I was reading something, but it's, I know because I know astrology, but I just always laugh. It's like, you know, the natal would do something strange for their job, or something like that, you know, and it's like, yep, pretty true, different. Look what I just said. Our love was too intense for me to handle. I needed to break away. Basically what I just fucking said. Oh god. Our relationship was different and special. Other people didn't understand it. Oh my god, I mean, a bit close to the bone today, guys, but I'm like, no comment, no comment, no fucking comment. That's definitely my opinion on my connection with my twin flame. I still feel connected to you, but I waited too long to reach out. Is it too late for us? Well, it's not fucking too late, divine masculines out there. As long as you've got the right divine feminine. Would the real divine feminine please stand up? Right. Oh my god. Oh yeah, so I started saying that and I started talking about something else. My back's on fire. So that is when the light beings, the angels are sending healing to a combination, the loved ones, the spirit, all of them, to your heart chakra if you're open to it. So this is really hitting someone in the heart out there because my back's on fire. Right, so what's the next one? Wait a minute. Oh no, that's even better. Right, so that wasn't the conscious, this was subconscious. Oh fuck, whatever. Right, it all ends up making sense. Some people don't even fucking know what that means, but whatever. It's everybody does probably tune in here, but basically I've just looked at the wee thing because I've got subconscious block and then the desire. So this was but this is good because this is actually like surfacing, or it's like it's what somebody really wants. So now let's do the conscious. What's a conscious? Well, you see, conscious block. So many songs remind me of you. Yep. Oh yeah. You see how many songs haunt me. Today, the one that was really pulling my attention is the one I love. The one about the sun is rising. And it is like, you know, that song is about like, you know, there's a promise for the ones who just hold on. So that does feel very hold on, children of the sun. That's, I just heard that. Whatever that means. The twin flames, I would say. Right. It is. There's a promise for the ones that just hold on. They're the real, true twin flame. The ones that don't give up on themselves and don't give up on their true twin flame. Right. Divine masculine, a block. 2 songs came out. I'm overcoming my childhood trauma. This has been coming up a lot in the shorts. Oh my god, please be patient a little while longer. Ooh, that's deep. Because I need you back in my life. I feel a song coming on. I want to come back home where I belong. I'm not. Oh my god, I know what song that is again, but I'm not. This is making me laugh now, that's good. Right, let's see how far away the yodel guy is. Right, your twin flame's now 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 hours, 6 months away. Let us know in the comments which one it was. It'll be relevant to someone. So that's a block, right? Feminine's getting sick of hearing all these fucking songs and just wants to hear from her masculine, and he's like, or she's like, whatever the gender is, all this shit's coming up. I feel like I'm being kicked in the balls, kicked in the stomach, kicked in the, what's it say, fud, whatever's relevant. Change it where it's relevant. So please just give it a bit more time. There's a lot of shit going on. Basically, there's a lot of stuff coming up for this person. So, and I know this is true for my clients too. So it isn't actually a laughing matter. It's just funny to make a joke of things sometimes, you know, lighten the mood, especially all the serious energy around. And they're pulling me to keep looking up. There may be a rainbow waiting for you. So, and right, what we use for the desire? I think we'll just use these again, and I might use other ones. What if you don't accept me for who I really am? But I'm kind of taking that because it's like a desire. It's like the feminine, yeah, just really desires to be accepted for who they are, who you are. And your twin does accept you for who you are. That your light fucking, as it's behind the firework, your light guides them home. But again, not all feminines are going to be that confident because they might not have worked on the issues you need to work on or whatever, or a lot of you will be like, yeah, you just, even though you just want this person to accept you for who you are. Masculine. I can feel you pulling away. Have you moved on? Okay, so there's a lot of insecurity here. It's like, but again, that's because this person, we'll just say person, is dealing with childhood wounds coming up and real sensitivity, which is a gift. Sensitivity is a gift, I would like to say. But it's just really feeling. And again, it's true, you know, the Divine Feminine Collective have detached a lot. And that's meant to happen. You're meant to get to a point, especially the day after Valentine's Day, because if you know, if you had even the slightest kind of what if or anything there, and then nothing happens, it can deflate you quite a bit. So I feel that even if you had released and weren't kind of, you know, you were knowing, you know, that there's probably no chance of that happening. Never say never, you know, it can, whether you were conscious or, well, you know what I'm trying to say, it's like other people would have had that expectation there, even if that wasn't you. But I mean, I don't know how you could say, oh, I definitely know that nothing was going to happen, because you just, anything could happen at any point. So I feel it's a collective bit of a, well, it's not very nice to wonder who your person's spending that day with. Right. A lot of them might be spending it all alone. Look, it's an illusion. It's the fear energy. Avoid the trap of mistaking a fantasy for a true soul connection, but I feel that's what a lot of masculines, that's what they're healing from when they done that. Oh God, I wondered when I was going to channel about that. I just looked at the 4 and the 1s, the 1s and the 4s. Right, it's this episode, it's Channing Tatum's wife, and it's, what's it called? It's The Witches of Eastwick. Is a film. It's The Witches. It's The Witches of something, right? It was a series, and when I found it, it was free on Amazon, and then they made you pay for it. And no, so The Witches of the East End. That rings a bell. But anyway, it's really good, right? If you like mystical, witchy, medium-y stuff, or you know, or guys, she's just really hot, so it's whatever. Or women that bat for that team. It's brilliant, right? But anyway, long story short, oh, and actually it's his ex-wife, but basically in that, right, so it's very twin flamey, like, long story short, in that series, it's very twin flamey. This was years ago, I watched it, but it always stuck with me. Maybe not that long ago, maybe just before the pandemic, maybe like 3 years ago, that basically, right, she's engaged to be married to this guy. So say she's definitely symbolic of the divine masculine, right? Which is usually when I'm channeling. It's always when I'm talking about a guy and a girl. It's always seems to be 5 stops away now, guys. This is quite funny. I like sort of playing with time like that. But I'm standing in a towel, so I better go and get my dress. I can grab my dress. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, so she's engaged to be married to this other sort of hot guy, right? But it's like that kind of thing. If she, you know, they probably have like amazing sex, and you know, she thinks that's a good relationship, but actually when she meets the brother, taboo, but yeah, when she meets the brother who she'd never met before but she'd heard about because they'd kind of fallen out and he'd moved away somewhere, bloody all this kind of shit, right? The mysterious brother comes home anyway, and yeah, when they meet, oh, that's it. I think it's some kind of scenario where it's like she meets him at a party where she doesn't know that that's who it is yet, and she ends up mysteriously kissing the stranger who turns out to be the fiance's brother. Oh my God. So even I'm channeling about this could actually be relevant to someone out there, but we'll just keep going. And so anyway, then they're introduced and she's like, oh my God. And so anyway, the brother's kind of like, you know, after they've kissed once, and she's like, look, I think he approaches her and he's like, look, you know, there's a connection. You wouldn't have kissed me otherwise, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, look, you know, fuck off, I'm marrying your brother, you know, something crazy, just, I don't know, right? It's all that kind of stuff, right? So, but it's basically, they're twin flames. They're 100% twin flames, like the new brother that turns up. So it's just throughout the whole series, like, she's kidding herself on, dating the brother, but in love with the, you know, dating the one that she's engaged to, but in love with the brother that she's just met, because it's like a past life twin flame thing. Anyway, so all very complicated, but fast forward I think there's only 2 series, but fast forward like into the second series, so spoiler alert if you want to watch it, but it's very relevant. It horrified me because I remember them saying to me, this is what happens with twin flames to some of them, that basically there's a bit where now I have to close my eyes to sort of think, because this is going to be confusing to describe it, but there's 2 bits, right? So there's a bit where the true twin flame, we'll just call him, right, the brother, moves away because she's in denial and she's adamant she's marrying the guy that's actually, and by the way, the guy that she's marrying is actually a really horrible guy as well. Like, it's all an act that he's a nice guy, so that feels very karmic-y as well. The mask slips. But if you think about it, I'm talking about, so that can be like a guy being fooled by a woman, but in that it's a woman being fooled by a guy. But anyway, so the true twin, he's like, right, well, fuck this, and he moves away, right, and he's like getting on with this apparent hot woman. But this is what really freaks me out, because it's a very good example of black magic. And it is a little bit mystical in the sense of, would that really happen? But again, depends what you believe. That apparent hot other woman is actually like 100 or something. She's basically like an old woman casting an illusion that she's this hot chick. So, but it's symbolic, it's symbolic that, again, it's like what he thinks this new girl is not actually what he thinks. Anyway, and she's doing black magic and spell work and all that to trick him, so that's symbolic. But that wasn't the bit I was going to say, but that must be relevant to someone. But the bit I was thinking that always freaks me out, right, is it's like there's a bit where apparently the one so I think this is like one of the last episodes, it might even like end on this, and then I think they cut the series. It's like the one she was going to marry, so she's basically, so then that guy comes back and he works out that hot bird's an actual old woman or whatever, or she's not who she says she is. She's a fucking devil. Then he gets together, but so the twin flames get together and you're like, oh yeah, amazing. But then guess what happens, right? The nice brother, who's the twin flame, goes to talk to the nasty brother in jail, and this is what always freaks me out. Somehow the nasty brother sucks the soul when she isn't looking. She's like, I don't know, talking to someone like at the jail, like she's away over someone else, as you do, and the nasty brother sucks the soul out of the twin flame brother that's with her, right? So basically swaps souls with them, but not bodies. So it's still the hot brother's body, but it's the nasty brother in the body of the, you know what I mean? Oh, that's so confusing. If you've kept up with me, well done. Let me know in the comments if you kept up with what I'm saying. So again, yes, that's very magical and a bit fantasy-ish, but you know what I'm saying? It's all just symbolic of somebody is not who they appear to be. Right, okay, of course. Right, it's now 3 stops away. So let's try and wrap this up. In the heart space for the feminine, getting to know each other. The feminine wants to get to know the divine masculine. Again, as you reveal your innermost self to each other, your bond deepens. The feminine wants to show their true self, like wants to drop the guard. Because like I've said before, I remember it well with me and my twin flame, and I know from listening to other people's stories as well, it's like, because somebody else is coming at you with ego, even when you've done the work, it can be hard not to meet them back with ego. It really depends on how somebody's being with you. So you really do deserve to give yourself a pat on the back if you can still meet someone with a lot of love. Now, it's very, well, I'm saying that because it's like, it's probably, I don't know about very easy, but it's easy to do that when the whole distance is going on. But what I kind of feel is when you're actually faced with that person in front of you in person, if they're still in a lot of pride and ego, and like perhaps if you sort of met each other serendipitously or whatever, or if they're with other people and they're kind of trying to show off or whatever it is, it's not always showing off, but that's kind of what I'm seeing an image of. Then you could put your guard up too. It's like I can't even going into all my wee stories today, especially when the Yodel driver's like 3 stops away. But it's like it's like all the stories I've given where my twin was acting weird with me, so I was acting weird with him. But again, he could always just say, well, she was being weird with me, so I was being with her. But anyway, it was both of us. But yeah, so it's about dropping that mask that you both wear and just wanting to get to know each other. And the masculine is just drowning in emotions in their heart space. That came up in the shorts. Look deep within your emotions. That makes sense. So with the healing the childhood wounds. And I know that's going on for a lot of you out there. So sending lots of love. But they are tempted. So again, think carefully about the situation. I bet you that's a lot of divine masculines that will have been tempted to reach out to their twin. And some will have done it. Oh, can I just say, how I went to say that at the start. Oh, it's still at 3 stops. When I was picking up on all the engagement in the marriage, Lexi just got engaged. Now Lexi was already engaged, but they've got the ring, so it's so that was totally spot on what I was picking up on. But it might be more than yeah, and I can say that because she put in the comments. If you go and look on the short, she's put in the comments it happened, and I just looked at let go. So I suppose it's something about let go, and things can happen because Lexi's been wanting that for a long time. And yeah, so right, someone's in a bit of a labyrinth right now. Even when you feel lost, there's always a way through the labyrinth. Yeah. And what is it again? It's like, you have no power over me. Remember when she says to David Bowie, like, you have no power over me. Something like that. I've quoted that before in one of the other channels, right? Where else is the feminine at in the heart? Because we just done loads for the masculine. Yeah, but look, honour your loved one and you will notice your relationship becoming stronger. There's basically that is a really, really strong message to the feminine. Not to give back as good as you get. Like, just keep meeting them with so much love. Totally get that, right? Okay. Not always easy to do if you're being met with pride and ego, but that's why you don't go chasing someone that's not ready. If they come to you with pride and ego, that's a different, more complicated process, but just take whatever it is, right? So 3 stops away. Right, so what's going on in the ascension process? And then we'll use those fun cards at the end. Build up with the things. Right, and the ascension process for the divine feminines are going to resonate with us today. Karmic relationship, releasing the past. So again, I feel, for a few that resonates with, it might be that, yeah, you are releasing a karmic relationship. I feel though it's friendship. The breakdown of friendships, possibly even family. It's something like that. It's like releasing the past, people that you're being guided to move away from. Yeah, feminine twin, activating higher self. And again, it's just confirming what I'm saying here, that's where you're meant to be. So because I feel it is a painful place for a lot of feminines. Like, I know there's been so many changes for me in the past few years. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah, friendship changes, but I'm quite used to it now, really. Do you know what I mean? And I've got the friends around me that I know I've got my back. So including my beautiful friend that will be here quite soon, actually. Not as soon as the yodel guy, but right. Here's the masculine at. Oh, very first card that we started with. Choose ease and grace. So the masculines are stuck in the darkness and the childhood wounds and the pain and the karmic. Some still in karmic romantic relationships or just fooling around, trying to drown their sorrows, distract themselves. And you are where you're at. You know what I mean? You're where you're meant to be, as painful as it is. You'll come out of it when you're ready. We all self-sabotage, Everyone self-sabotages. You're lying if you say you don't. We all do it. You might do it less now if you work on it a lot, but you can never be in a place of not... I'm in the best place I've ever been with not doing it as much, but there will still be places where I do it. Yeah, this is the new earth to me. So eventually they will get to a place of choosing peace, and that came up in one of the last ones I've done. And their divine feminine, their queen. They're just grounding, shielding, protecting their energy. I feel a lot of these masculines are protecting their feminines from challenging situations, and when the sacred sexuality accessing the unified field is meant to happen, it will happen. Lovely. That is sacred union. Oh, 2 stops away. And they're nearby, because the Yodel man's to see what they're doing there. Right, okay, so... and 2 is union too, that's funny. Oh, and it's going to land out. Right, so what do we need to know about the physical? 3 cards for the feminine. It's not everyone's story, but this will be someone's. And I just looked at our story isn't over yet when I said that. It's not in the shot. Our story isn't over yet. I've got to say it in a dramatic one. I am absolutely in love with you. Wow, the feminine's really in her field. Yep. Absolutely in love with you. That's what they're saying to their masculine. The masculine was saying that's the feminine in that other video. And... do you even care? Whoa, that was the same card, is it? Yeah, and do you even care? Like, do you feel the same? And of course they do. But even though you know that, you need to hear it. You need to see it. You need to feel it. And if you've got the physical touch as your first thingy, you really do need to feel it. Do you know what I'm saying? You need a hug, at the very least. Right. I still don't have all the answers yet, and that's the feminine not having a fucking Scooby-Doo what's going on. That came up the last time. This is almost the exact same card. It's really pretty funny. I'm just laughing that 2 is the High Priestess, and he's 2 stops away. And, oh, yeah. So just stay in that place of sweet surrender. Bit of wet there. That's very Venus and Pisces. This is the last week of Venus and Pisces, so, yeah. Because this love scares me. The masculine saying back, this love scares me. I feel November may be significant for someone, so somebody might be a Scorpio. Yep, that's right. You are right. And that's basically them saying, and it could be something significant about the 11th of February, that's just passed, obviously. 11th of March might be significant. This is the same fucking card. Look at all those cards. This is the same fucking cards as the last time. They're saying back, I know you're right, but I just need a bit of meant. Right, all these cards are falling over. One more card. Do you even see me that way? Again, screaming insecurity. What do you want? They want you, mate. I'm terrified. This is the same card. They are waiting for you. Aye, they're waiting for you. The Divine Feminines are waiting for you, Divine Masculines. But they're in so much pain. I mean, I know it sounds like I'm joking, but look, this is real. They want to offer, like, the Divine Masculines, when they get to a good place, they want to offer you, you know, an opportunity with them, but they're terrified. And I'm breaking the deck and it's the same cards. And they're wondering, do you think about me too? Of course you do. You think about fucking each other all the time if you're twin flames. And you're awakened to the journey. Try not thinking about them. That's the challenge. Right, okay. So, detach. And clarify. Give us... Oh, look. Someone's coming in fast. As soon as they... right, I'm going to be honest. I can feel it's like... It's a mixture of... Somebody feels like, right, everything isn't the way in an ideal world that I want it to be, because for Divine Masculines, what I notice is it never fucking is. Like my friend that's always chasing the next job. They're chasing the dough all the time, which is admirable in some ways, and in other ways it's like you need the balance of the play, you know, and the love and all that other stuff. For other people, I feel people are coming in fast because they actually just can't take it anymore. They need somebody to talk about all this childhood pain with, because they can't fucking trust anyone. And the only person that's going to get it is the Divine Feminine. Yep, and they've got a lot of passion for you that they can't hold back on anymore, probably the love stuff. They're going through the dark night of soul, that transformation, but they know that you're going to get it. And they're ready to invest in this connection, whatever that means, building solely on a friendship, or something deeper. And they're coming out of being stuck in their head, and that feels like the spell work. Look, that's somebody that's just been totally confused, and that's someone in the background being like, haha, I've won, I've tricked them. But no, you haven't, because that's in reverse. The games are over, the broken heart is over. That's where they've been feeling like pigs will fly before something can happen in this connection. And again, with the Neptune and Pisces, if you do have strong Pisces in your chart, which it will be somewhere, it could feel like a dream. You know, it could feel like too good to be true. painful endings are happening, but it's the end. Because people are done being bored. And they want to have a stable foundation in the physical. And actually I'm feeling that's about blocking out the haters and coming in quick. Yeah, it's just offers again, albeit might have taken quite a while. That I'm sure there's 9 or 10 on that, could even take in 9 or 10 years. But it's wish fulfillment, so it's, and 9 again, so it's worth 9 or 10 years if something's that you actually want to work and build on. It's worth the battles to get to your Queen of Cups. Someone can't hold in the secret feelings anymore for their Empress, new beginnings as well, because it's the love of their life. They've never forgot them. That's also reminiscent about the love of their life. Putting the worries behind you. Someone doesn't want their divine feminine out here being single because they're like, I'm their divine masculine. I'm ready to put any third parties behind me. I'm ready to get out of my head. I'm ready to bring justice to the situation and bring the ultimate happiness. But I'm exhausted. I think this is both people are exhausted, and that's the truth. Spirit says, God, and there's a 10 of Cups happy ending coming. Well, that is lovely, and it just got to 10111 when I looked. And where's the Yodo guy? But my back's hurting, so I'm going to go because I may stand here. Yeah, 1 stop away. So hold on for one more day. It comes again. Again, obviously that isn't going to literally be relevant to everyone, but whatever that means. Yeah, I'm going to see you later.